marketing team can easily cost you 10K every single month. Content writers, social media managers, and email marketeers. Like, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Or you can just build an app that does all of this. And the best thing is I will share this complete SaaS app with you for free. But make sure to stick around until the end of this video so you will know exactly how to get it. Okay, so the problem. Marketing is expensive, and that can easily cost you around 10K every single month. So what we can also do is we can create a SaaS, an AI-powered app that can do content creation, social media planning, email campaigns, competitor analysis, and AI insights. And this can easily cost you only 50 euros or dollars every single month. So this will basically be a Lovable app where we have two different systems, and we'll start this from just one prompt, and the first result will actually be insane already. We will create an onboarding so we know everything about a business. We use Firecrawl for this, and then with Lovable we have a full analysis of everything they are doing. So everything in just one app, and I think this is really where we are heading. Something like a vertical AI agent that can do everything for a specific purpose. So for example, a marketing SaaS, which is basically an AI agent that can do every single part that is needed. And we as humans can just verify all the output, which will dramatically improve accuracy and speed. So there are actually 4 ways that you can make money of this. You can sell it as a template, and I will actually give this one for free. So make sure to watch until the end of this video because it is not so straightforward to get this, and you can only access it if you watched until the end. You can run this as a SaaS, obviously, but you can also run this like an agency. So you can just become a marketing agency. So for example, you can deliver everything a regular agency will deliver, but your superpower is that you run it fully by AI and you are only there to check the output and make sure that all the quality is high enough. And you can obviously use it for yourself. So if you have a business, you probably need content and you want to know what your competitors are doing. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to go to the build loop prompt library, and I will link it down in the description. We have everything that we need. So we have this large prompt right here, which we can just copy. So we have different API integrations. We use Lovable AI, we use Firecrawl, and we have some tables, obviously. We have the app structure. And the funny thing is we can actually do this with just one prompt. It is really insane. The models are becoming more and more intelligent, and we can just explain it like this, and it will come so far already so that we only need to fine tune where needed. It is really insane. So we can go up here and we can click on copy. We can go to Lovable, and right here we paste it and we run it. And this will take a long time because Lovable needs to do a lot of different things. I will just fast forward. Okay, so right here we land on the onboarding. So I can put in my company name. So that will be Build Loop. We have our URL. We can then click on continue, and this is already looking amazing. Like, it is looking really clean. We need to specify what industry we are in. So we are in SaaS software. We have our target audience. So that's actually people who want to build SaaS with AI builders. We can then click on continue again. We have our brand voice. So that will be warm and conversational. We can then click on launch command center, and right here we see welcome aboard, and we can actually start doing everything already. And like, this is in one prompt. As you can see right here, we needed to connect Firecrawl, and then we had one fix. So we said try to fix, and that was it. Like, this was the only thing that I did, and it already turned out like this. So it is really insane. Very quickly, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe. A lot of more content like this is in the pipeline. So we see different things right here. I can make it full screen, and we have a dashboard. So content created, scheduled post, competitors tracked, email campaigns, and we have quick action. So we can click on create content. We get sent to our screen right here. So we can choose between blog post, social post, email, and copy. And once again, I'm sharing this template for free. Make sure to stick around until the end of this video because I will explain you everything you need to know to get this to your own Lovable workspace. And you can then actually change it in whatever way you want. So we can click on social post or email or ad copy. We have a platform and we have a topic. We can have a specific length, and I will show this in detail a bit later. We also have the social planner, which is not integrated yet. Obviously, it was a very big prompt, so it couldn't do everything in once. So what we'll now do is we just go to the chat right here and we just say the following. So we have our social page. So we say we have our social page, and then we show which page that actually is. And then we can just copy this and say we got this. I think some other pages have this as well. Please make sure all pages are existing. So we can now go back to our dashboard right here. And for example, the email campaigns are not there yet. So we will just run it like this. It will check which pages are not there yet and it will implement it for us. So we run this. I will fast forward to when it's done, and then we can see how the actual platform is looking. The functionality should also be implemented already, so let's test it out next. Okay, so actually I fucked up. I thought I clicked on record, but I didn't. So we did a few things right now. So we had some pages that were not implemented yet. We then had a lot of dummy data. So in our dashboard, it showed all this basically this fake data. Our analytics showed a lot of things that were not actually real, and it created a plan to fix that. So it needed to add some tables, so it did that, and then we could actually test out our functionality. So we went to the content studio, and as you can see, I created this one already, but we can click on create content right here. And right now I can click on whatever. So we can create a blog post, a social post, an email, or ad copy. So right now let's go for a LinkedIn post. So we want to write something about the fact that everyone can now create SaaS apps with just prompts. And we can click on generate content and the content will appear right here. Perfect. So remember when building a SaaS felt like climbing Mount Everest, you needed a team of developers, endless coding sessions, and a budget that could rival a small country. Well, get ready for a game changer. So the quality is all right. It can obviously be way better, but we did not do any fine tuning about this. So we have this, we can now click on save draft and it will be saved. So right now we have our social planner as well. And we have our calendar right here. And I now actually want to schedule our first post. So when I click this, it will create new content, but I also want to be able to click schedule right here. We can choose a date. So for example, for tomorrow, for 9 o'clock, we can click on schedule and it will be added. So right here, it shows scheduled. We have it right here. Perfect. So this is already in like 4 prompts. It is really insane that this is already working. So we have even more. So we have our email campaigns and we can click it and we can create our first campaign, or we can use a quick start template. So let's say we do a product launch. So I click this and right now it sends us to the create content. This is not really how I want it. So this is a bit too generic for all the different types. I mean, a blog post will not be posted on email, right? Or on Instagram. So only with a social post, we should be able to choose Instagram, for example. And when we choose ad copy, it should probably also show some other options. So right now we need to make sure that this page is actually gonna make a lot more sense. So I will use the voice button right here and say the following. Currently, when we are creating new content, we choose the content type, but then we can still choose the platform. So for example, when we choose email, we can still choose Instagram as platform, and that just doesn't make sense. The create content page is way too generic and it's just not optimized. Also, something else, when we click on email campaigns in the sidebar and we can then click on, for example, a quick start template, this is not working. It will just send us to the content studio and we then need to do everything ourselves. So I think an email campaign is also a bit different than a content studio. So I think we should really think about how this should work, how an email campaign should actually look like with multiple emails, and a content studio will probably be just one post per turn. So let's really think about how we can improve the overall design, improve the overall user flows, and really make it fitting for everything a user might want to do. So this is something that will require a bit more thought. So we need to really think about this. So we will use the chat button so it can actually make a plan on how to approach this. So we click on go and we just wait for it to be finished. Okay, so it now made a plan, and as you can see, it really made a scope of everything that is not working yet. So we can now click on implement the plan and wait for it to be finished. Okay, so it has finished. We can now test it out. So right now we can go to email campaigns. We can click on, for example, the product launch once again, and this is already looking way better. So we have a name. So let's say product launch. We then have a description. So for example, my new AI SaaS that will help people with their marketing. We then click on next and we actually need to start building the sequence. So we have this, we have different emails, and this is really good already. So we have something that will be sent immediately. We can generate it with AI as well, like this. So we remove the subject. So this is something you might want to fine tune yourself, but this is really good already. So it knows about build loop. It knows everything about our onboarding, and the quality is actually really good already. So we have this one, we have a preview text, a subject line, we can schedule it even. So let's say 3 days is fine, and then 1 hour, we can click on generate with AI once again. Perfect, so we can remove this, and obviously there's still a lot of fine tuning that needs to happen right here. But still, it's like it has been one prompt, and we can now click on review. We see everything right here. So we see what has no content yet. We can then click on save campaign. It could not save, probably because those have no content, but for now it is fine. Let's go to the competitor Intel. So right now I can click on add your first competitor. Let's do my agency as an example. So that will be Everyman AI. We have our website URL like this, and we can click on analyze competitor, and it will now use Firecrawl in the backend. And we did not do anything to set this up. We just asked it to create something that can scrape a website, and it absolutely crushes it. So right now we have our positioning, our target audience, our tone and voice, our strengths, our weaknesses. We have a how to differentiate, and we can now just add a new one as well. And this is just amazing already. We can make something like a scheduler. So when something changes, when some prices change, we can just notify our users. We have our analytics right here. So we have our content, we have our AI insights, and yeah, like this is actually just really insane. Like, let me show you the amount of prompts that are used. Like 7 AI edits. It was 20 credits. That's not a lot. And we can now just obviously take our time to test everything out, make everything exactly how we want, but that's not the point of this. Like, you can actually just replace a complete marketing team by really just sitting down with someone who is an expert in marketing and just step by step make sure that all the output is exactly how you want. It is really cool. Everything is already clickable, but this is just really, really good. So what I will do is I can publish this right here, and I can put it online, and I can leave in the Lovable button. Then you can just click that, remix it for yourself, and you just have your project right away. So I will put this in the build loop prompt library right here. I still need to implement the feature like complete transparency, like probably somewhere around here or maybe on top. That's even better. I will have something like remix. The only thing that you need to do is put in the word marketing as like a password, and you will get access to the URL. So I would really suggest doing that. Thanks for sticking around until the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also make sure to get the template. And then we'll see each other in my next video.